Dave Stewart, who was the winning pitcher in Game 1, working 8 innings. The Red Sox had base runners on in 5 of those innings, and a guy who wants the ball, kind of a throwback. Every 4th day, 3 days rest is all Stewart needs.
Yeah, he's had a couple of starts on 3 days rest. One time he went 11 innings and beat Seattle and went into the 9th inning of the other one. So he loves, as most pitchers years ago did, he loves working on the 4th day. Dave Stewart's a throwback for another reason. You look at your pitchers like Gibson and Marichal and some of the greats. They were vulnerable early in the ball game, but once they got rolling through the middle part.
Giants, the man who is right now in the road.
2 down, and Wade Boggs, the batter, at 5 for 12, has been the most productive hitter for the Red Sox in this series. If you want to call getting 3 runs in 3 games productive, he takes a fastball for a strike. He has a homer against Stewart and a double in the series. Pitch is outside, 1-1. Stewart with a 22-11 year. And in his personal matchup with Clemens, 7-1 lifetime. Fouled off the mask of Terry Steinbach, and the count is 1-2.
And if he were to win today's game, he would have 5 victories in League Championship Series play, and that would be a record.
He was 4-0 in postseason in 4 starts. Check swing, but a ground ball into right field, sort of a half swing, and Wade Boggs has his 6th hit of the series, a 2-out base hit.
Well, this is a great example of a pitch down and in. Down and in from a right-hand pitcher to a left-hand hitter is the easiest pitch to get the barrel of the bat on. Look how Boggs doesn't take a hard swing, but it's so easy to drop the barrel on that pitch. That's why you pitch guys high and tight, low and away. You don't pitch them down and in. He just kind of golfs that into right field.
And concerning the A's, who are leading 3-0 as we look at Roger Clemens getting set, it's been 71 years since the team won a postseason series without hitting a home run.
They won.
Line drive, base hit to right field. Bernansky cuts it off, and Ricky Henderson is on board with his 5th hit of the series. Here's Dave Henderson, who returned to action. Remember, he had the knee surgery and came back in August. Ground ball hit to the right side. Jody Reed over Rivera for 1. The throw to first, and the double play is turned by the Red Sox. And there are 2 down.
3-2 pitch.
Here's Dwight Evans. He has one of the Red Sox extra base hits. In the air to right center field, and it's caught by Willie Randolph. Fine play by Randolph. The veteran is doing it in the field as well as at bat. And there's 2 away, and the A's continue to make all the plays in this series. And a curveball is in for strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Stewart. 1-2-3 inning. And in the middle of the 2nd inning, no score.
No score is
30 times at bat against Roger Clemens career-wise, and you see how many times he has struck out.
Those that saw Game 1 know the reason. Clemens thought it was, but from Roger Clemens, don't blame him for ducking.
Ground ball hit to the hole, a throw to third base. The tag is made, but the run is going to score as Steinbach is retired. Connie Lansford comes in on McGuire's fielder's choice ground ball, and it's 1-0 A's. And the first time the A's score first in this series.
Well, Mark McGuire gets a ball down to put the bat on it. Rivera with a heads-up play here. Evidently the contact and run immediately play was on for the A's because Steinbach
second. And here is Mike Gallego, who is 3 for 7 in the series. A's with runners on first and second. That's McGuire at second, Randolph at first. And Terry Cooney arguing with Tony Pena, and Joe Morgan gets into the fray now. And you don't often see a manager get thrown in a playoff or a series. Weaver has, Earl Weaver in the past.
I thought that possibly it was a balk call, and Cooney came from behind home plate. I mean, Morgan is livid, and I'm wondering whether he's ejected Clemens. First of all, the scouting report on the umpires. And this is a rotation system. You don't get the 6 top-rated umpires, but Terry Cooney is one, if you ask managers and players, has a very short fuse, tends to get upset a little easily, and this is an example of it.
Well, could you believe it? I mean, you say they just threw something out towards Vic Voltaggio.
Well, Clemens, ooh, be careful. Clemens is coming after Cooney because I think he just realized Cooney has ejected him. Obviously, Clemens was shouting some things down at Cooney about the questionable balls and strikes.
I got to tell you, even though you're not allowed to do that, in a game like this, you don't throw out a pitcher like this.
You know, umpires used to be like your grandfather. They'd walk away, they'd let you have a say, and let you get it out of your system, but now they're like the spoiled little kid down in the corner of the block. You know, and they get cocky and arrogant, and this is an example of it.
Now, a Red Sox coach and player got tangled up in the dugout now. Question is, did Terry Cooney throw out Roger Clemens?
I can't imagine it wasn't Roger Clemens. If it was somebody else, Clemens wouldn't be the guy trying to get at him. I mean, it's absolutely absurd to throw a guy out in a situation like this, a game of this magnitude.
That could be the only thing that has the Red Sox acting like that, throwing things from the dugout, and Morgan and Clemens trying to go after the umpire.
Now I saw Clemens go to his mouth, and I'm wondering whether maybe the initial call was that Cooney said Clemens went to his mouth or balked or something in regard to that. Doubt they would have this much of an argument over something that minor.
Tony La Russa just looks on as the Red Sox have exploded. They have gone out of control. Roger Clemens, Morgan, and the dugout.
John Hirschbeck, the umpire in your picture, along with Tony Pena, trying to calm Roger down.
With the strike and ball zone the entire game, and then he had a couple of comments for the umpire, and all of a sudden he was just heaved out of the game.
Would become the man on the center stage and not the player, not the pitcher. In a situation like this, and Roger Clemens, whether you're an A's fan or a Red Sox fan, I think the A's feel bad. Bolton faced one batter in the first game of the series. And a fly ball, center field, deep, going way back and over the head of center fielder Burks. Ball bounds around, McGuire scores. Here comes Randolph, and in its second with a two-run double is Mike Gallego, and it is now a 3-0 lead. One, Henderson singled. Was out on a double play in the first inning, so it's 3-0 in favor of the A's. They've jumped on top of Clemens and now Tom Bolton. Both of those runs are charged to Roger Clemens. He holds up on the curve. They appeal to Vic Voltaggio, and it's a ball, 1-1. A lot of pressure, unexpected pressure on Bolton, who was 10-5 with the Red Sox in 16 starts. There you see Roger Clemens behind manager Joe Morgan.
Wishes he had that towel over his mouth when he was on the mound.
And now Terry Cooney explaining something to Ricky Henderson. And Rene Latchman, the third base coach, comes in. What's going on anyway?
Richie Garcia, who is down on third base, may have to get involved here and restore order. He's the umpire in this group that can take charge, get things back in order.
One ball, one strike is the count. And a fastball is away, 2-1.
See, now you got Bolton staring in. Once a game gets a little bit out of control early for a home plate umpire, you make for a very long afternoon.
Joe Morgan's going to come out to the mound walking faster than usual.
And this is a little ploy. He's going to wait till Terry Cooney gets to the mound, and I think you may see Joe Morgan explode.
And every Red Sox infielder will join the conference at the mound. Boggs is walking in now.
Cooney doesn't want to go out there. He's waiting. He's going to wait till he gets there. Joe might plant a few tomatoes out there while he's waiting.
Well, here comes Cooney. This ought to be interesting.
A silent treatment.
He took an outside turn on Cooney, and Morgan goes back into the dugout. It's Roger Clemens, who started with 3 days rest. A lot of words about whether that was the smart move or not, and he gets thrown out for arguing with Terry Cooney in the second inning. There's Mike Gallego, who knocked in 2 runs with a double. Fouled at the plate by Henderson, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs are in here in the second inning, and the A's, who need 1 win to wrap up the American League pennant, are in front 3-0. Grounded foul. So against the left-hander, the A's have exactly what they like. They have 8 right-handed batters and only Harold Baines swinging from the left side.
Yeah, the key right now for the A's and the Red Sox is to get your focus and your concentration back on the game. See Willie clapping his hands trying to get the A's into it. Because of what's happened, everything has gotten so quiet. You lose your train of thought.
Strikes him out on a curveball, and that'll do it. Between innings, Rich Garcia, the third base umpire, conferring with American League President Dr. Bobby Brown.
You can almost see Richie gesturing with his hands, and Dr. Brown's obviously interested in why did Clemens get ejected.
Inning number 3.
Ball 1.
He's definitely been steady.
Always a side. And a pop-up going out as Gallego, and short left field makes the catch in the 1-2-3 inning. 3-ring circus in that second inning. Over at the Red Sox dugout, they had thrown those Gatorade baskets out. Now Dick Berardino, the coach, pulling Marty Barrett into the dugout. Barrett also was ejected from the game along.
Did we go to the last of the third?
Canseco has to be looking at a possibility to break out of it. Red Sox last season brought him up. He was 0-4 and then sent back to AAA. In there for a called strike 3, and Canseco goes down, and there are 2 out. Baines fouled out to Wade Boggs, his first time up. And he went around, strike 3. So Bolton has struck out 3 of the 5 batters he's faced, and we have completed 3 innings in Oakland.
This side.
Bringing Hilliard to the.
You have been on the thing. I think common sense, you said it first. This was not good.
You're making them look bad. You can do it in a subtle way.
Boggs grounds it up the middle, and he's on with a base hit with 1 out in the 4th inning. Jody Reed had fly to Canseco in right field to start the 4th.
Rolling tonight.
Advanced on an error, then was thrown out. There's a fastball drilled into center field for a base hit. Steinbach now with 5 hits in this series. Lansford leads with 6, and Terry is 2 for 2. Now Willie Randolph was the last batter that Roger Clemens faced. He's coming up with runners at first and second.
Gray just got up to begin to toss, so I would not think that Morgan is going to make a move here. And of course, once he returns to the dugout, he's got to allow Bolton to face Randolph. So I think more than anything, just buying a little extra time. And quite honestly, like a lot of us and a lot of fans here today, you're burning up a lot of frustration, a lot of energy because of what happened by that man's decision. Terry Cooney and Joe has paraded back and forth a couple times.
Now let's see. Morgan is going to avoid Cooney. Rich Garcia enters the picture. The A's lead at 3-0, and this game has a long.
You mentioned the A's tried to get Harold Baines earlier. They also tried to get Willie Randolph a little earlier.
Before he signed with the Dodgers, Sandy Alderson. He's been in there. Ground ball. Boggs will step on third for 1, and the Red Sox turn their second double play of the ball game. And after 4 complete, it's 3-0 Oakland.
Third, Herman Marquez.
Tuckett. In fact, many thought that he would be here playing for the Red Sox in September. He's not, but I think he'll be there next year.
He hit. Fastball line to left field. Ricky Henderson going back. Makes the catch. He made a fine running play going the other way yesterday. No runs, no hits. One left, a fine defensive inning for the A's. And it's 3-0 in the middle of the fifth.
Rockies will play.
All four, and Henderson's aboard with one out here in the fifth inning.
It's an argument baseball fans love to get involved in, but I would say the best leadoff man in baseball history, Ricky Henderson, when you take into account all the things he can do.
Joe Morgan's coming out to the mound, and Jeff Gray already running in from the bullpen. And Bolton on short notice has done a fine job. The A's lead at 3-0. But we're looking at Jeff Gray, the third pitcher of the game for the Boston Red Sox, and we'll return to
On these clear, bright days.
Here's Canseco. He does have 2 hits in this series, but none today. He's 0 for. There goes Ricky. The pitch is taken for a ball. The throw to second, and in with a stolen base is Henderson.
We're going to get another argument, and fielder would win.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Here's Fuentes, who sinks.
Like Darth Gray.
Fly ball down the left field line. Mike Gallego gives way to Ricky Henderson, who makes the catch for the second out. I think the one opportunity the Red Sox had as far as pitching matchups was yesterday's game when Mike Moore, who came in with a little shaky confidence perhaps and a losing record, going against Boddicker, one of the Red Sox best.
And Boddicker.
Belt has walked and
Back to Oakland. Jose Canseco has left the game. He's got tendonitis and a badly bruised right in between his index finger and his second finger on his right hand. Can't grip the bat, can't throw the ball. He's not going to return today. Says he can use some time off. Told me he will.
Jeff Gray. He's 0 for 2. Same with Canseco. Line drive to the opposite field, and it'll drop in front of Greenwell, who was playing deep for Baines in the opposite field. And that is hit number 6 for the A's.
What great plate coverage. Watch Harold Baines go out and extend the bat and take a pitch that's pretty well on the outside corner. And you mentioned Greenwell playing a little deep, respecting Baines' power. And as a result of that depth, that ball's a base hit.
Time is called by the first base umpire, Vic Voltaggio. And Baines is going to go out, and we're going to have a pinch runner. Willie McGee is going to run for Baines.
Is that impressive or what? You take out Harold Baines and you pinch run with a former most valuable player in the National League batting champion who can also steal a base.
And you lose your starting shortstop, and you wind up by having to play Willie Randolph in the infield. Got a run batted in the second inning and then walked. Grounded to Boggs at third. And the inning is over, and the A's strand McGee at third, and after 6 complete, it's 3-0 Athletics.
Jose Alvarez, the new pitcher now.
The big inning. The A's have had a couple of big innings in this series.
They've had a couple of big innings in their pitching staff, better than any staff in baseball at not allowing big innings.
Broken bat to third base. Lansford sidearms, and a 1-2-3 inning. 7 in a row set down by Dave Stewart, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. That broom could come in handy in a little while.
bringing Longoria
in for a strike. Did he go around? He did. Strike 3, and Henderson strikes out for the second time. He can't believe it. But the inning is over. Bolton came in and gave up that 2-run double, and the A's have not done. Broken bat grounder, gloved by Lansford, wide of third, and there's one away. 8 in a row set down by Dave Stewart, as is his custom, getting stronger as the game moves along.
Once again, from that position, a chance to get a quick jump on the ball with a lateral movement, and the rest of it pretty routine for Carney Lansford.
Rogers. So Flores did.
Fourth pitcher for Joe Morgan today.
Kind of ironic that we've talked about the
Fourth, and everyone was in condition. And Henderson strikes out, 1 gone.
I think that's probably what Tony La Russa should get credit for above all, is that he gets this ball club so prepared from spring training day 1 on, and that once they take the field, you know, they just kind of react and do what they normally do. He takes care of all the preparation and the drilling, and probably does it better than any manager in baseball, and has a great coaching staff.
He played it. And he walks him. The A's send up a pinch hitter for Ron Hasse. Joe Morgan coming out to the mound. Jeff Reardon has been warming up in the bullpen. Knocked out 7 hits in this series. There goes the runner. Pitch taken for a ball. The throw to second. And safe is Blankenship for the stolen base. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over, and now we go to the 9th inning.
Monty Peralta, the new pitcher.
Curveball, line fair down the left field line and into the corner. Chasing it is Ricky Henderson. And going into second with a double is Ellis Burks. And the first extra base hit for the Red Sox in the game. Off a fastball, line drive into 104 pitches. Stewart had thrown 75 pitches through the first 6 innings. Game of the series. Gave up a run and 4 hits, and that kicked down the door for the A's. And there's a base hit down the right field line. Rounding third is Burks. Retrieving it is Jennings. Burks will score. And on at first with a base hit, it's a 3-1 ball game. And that may be all for Dave Stewart. I would think so, with Honeycutt ready in the bullpen for the A's. Reed gets only his 2nd hit of the series and an RBI, and here comes La Russa. He has pitched marvelously. LCS and has faced 1 batter each time, both Mike Greenwell, and he's retired them both times. Greenwell, 2 left-handed hitters. Boggs 2 for 3. Wood is a step behind third. Ground ball up the middle. Randolph playing perfectly, steps on the bag for 1 to throw to first in time for the double play, and there are 2 gone. A big double play for Honeycutt. Greenwell has not gotten a base hit in the LCS. He is 0 for 13. And a 1-hopper fielded by Gallego. The throw to first, and the ball game is over. Dave Stewart wins it